beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God.
The Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only Son who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. John 1:14.
How can a young person stay on the path of purity? By living according to your word. Psalm 119, verse 9. All scriptures is God's breathed and useful for teaching, rebuking, correcting, and training in the righteousness, so that a servant of God may be eternally equipped for every good work. 2 Timothy 3:16. The grass withers and the flowers fall, but the word of God endures forever. Isaiah 48. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. Matthew 24:35. Jesus answered, "It is written, men shall not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God." Matthew 4:4. Your word of the Lord is right and true, and he's faithful. No, not that one. I forgot. Your word is lamp to my feet and light in my path. For the word of God is right and true, and he is faithful in all he does. For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. Proverbs 2:6. God's word I praise, I'm not afraid. What can mere mortals do to me? Do not let merely listen to the word and do what it says. Do not deceive yourselves and do what it says. Blessed are those who hear the word of God and obey it. Luke 11:28. Every word of God is flawless. He is a shield to those who take from of the divine. I praise you, God, for a faithfully wonderfully made. Proverbs 36, do not out his words, or rebuke and prove your liar. Не се бой, защото съм с тебе. Finally, be strong in the Lord and his mighty power. Ephesians 6:10. With the breastplate of righteousness and poise. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realm.
Therefore, put on the full armor of God, so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground, and after you have tried everything, to stand.
Stand firm then with the belt of truth wrapped around your waist.
And with your feet fitted from the readiness that comes from the gospel of peace.
In addition to this, take up the shield of faith with which you can extinguish the flaming arrows of the evil one. Ephesians 6:16.
And the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God.
Take the helmet of salvation.
For the word of God is living and active, sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing to the division of soul and of spirit, of joints and of marrow, and discerning the thoughts and intentions of the heart.